Hello everybody, here we are, and let's simply get started with this DevOps journey. And so far we've been learning many things, and the thing is that this is the time when I'm gonna be doing two things at a time. First of all, that CDN related stuff. So ultimately, I'm gonna be creating a demo React app, and I will try to deploy it on a CDN. So ultimately, I wanted to know exactly how the things work and all. I did it long time ago, and now I seem to have forgotten. And thanks to my notes, I still have those things written. So ultimately, I will be taking the help of my notes and will be just simply going ahead and all. So this is how things are gonna be going on. Apart from that thing, there is something called Prometheus. The thing is that recently we covered New Relic section. So what the New Relic does, it just simply gets connected to your host machine or your service that you are running, node service and any service you talk about. And once it gets connected, it keeps pulling the data, logs, and monitored status, monitor data of your service or the host machine. But the thing is that when it comes to New Relic, that is actually a paid service. That simply means if you want to use New Relic, you will have to pay for that. And then the another option that emerges, that is Prometheus, that is used with Grafana and all. Grafana mainly that is mainly for UI section, but ultimately Prometheus does provide like first of all you will have to install Prometheus on your local machine or the service wherever you want to just simply run it, and from there you will just keep you will kind of expose a route, and that route will be responsible for simply sending all the logs and monitored status to the Prometheus UI and all. Ultimately, this is how it works. And now, as we just go deeper into it, it will be even getting clearer. But overall, yeah, it's like you have a route exposed on your backend or on any service that you are running, and through that route, you will be just simply Prometheus will be able to pull the data from your device. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Having said that, we are gonna be talking about all these things. So what is the first thing that we are gonna be discussing? What? Just a minute. It got disconnected for some reason. Give me a moment. I'm using barrier connected to server, right? It's okay, it is connected right now. I don't know, for some reason it got disconnected for a while, but okay, let's continue from here on. So what we are gonna be doing first, again, whatever things I'm gonna be doing, even I have to know, I have to just simply cover them one by one. So first of all, we will be covering this CDN section, how to deploy and all, and after that we are gonna be going with this Prometheus section, and lastly, if we have time, so we are gonna be deploying kind of we will be running the container of we will be running VS Code inside a container, and we will be exposing that online. We will be exposing it to some ports, and then we will try to just simply access VS Code directly on a browser. So this is what the goal is for now, and let's see how it's gonna be going on. First of all, the most important thing, and that's gonna be I think AWS deployment. How can we deploy any app in a CDN? So there is something called S3, Simple Storage Service version 3. This is the full form of S3. And again, let's talk about the deployment stuff. So ultimately, what do we have to do first? First of all, create a front-end application using React or just a simple HTML and CSS and JavaScript. It doesn't really matter. So let me do one thing. Let me spin up a project here. It's gonna be pretty. I have the steps mentioned, so it won't be a problematic thing. But having said that, I still need to create the stuff. Okay, and hopefully we'll be able to go through it. So first of all, let me make a test folder, and I'm gonna be opening it with VS Code. This is how we are gonna be going ahead. And again, don't worry, I will be explaining each and everything that I'm gonna be going through, so that shouldn't be a big problem. So first of all, we are gonna be creating a demo app. That could be React, that could be anything else. That doesn't really matter. Mainly, we are talking about the front end, because on CDNs only front end can be deployed. So how do we create a React? I'm gonna be using bun for it. So bun. I think if I say bun init, it will be giving me the code for React, right? Let me do that. It does give me. Now Tailwind CSS, shared CN and all. Which one will I be going with? I will be going with the shared CN plus Tailwind CSS, and this way I will have all the things installed directly, and after that I can just simply move with the another steps, the next ones. Hopefully it's gonna be done very soon. And this is the React app, kind of the starting React app. And inside this, what all do I have? I have frontend.tsx. Let's see how it's gonna be looking like. This is the demo app, like a demo. What can I say? Demo code that I've got from the bun side, and ultimately once it runs, then I will be getting some of the results from here. Alrighty, overall things are fine. Get put. Don't exactly know what all it's gonna be doing. Even I have no idea what's gonna be the result of this particular uh, given code. So we will be running it and then we'll see exactly how it looks like. But overall things are fine. Ultimately shared CN is being used over here. That simply means all these components are coming from shared CN. Utilities, this is also coming from shared CN. And then we have our main app. Inside our main app, what we are doing? Inside our main app, we have card title, we have a description, we have API tester. And what does this API tester do? It just simply gives us some methods in order for testing the things. And I have index.ts. What does this do? Wow, they have created a bun server here. Is that bun server or not? So this server is actually coming from bun. So what they are actually doing, they have app.ts. This is insane. So they have app.tsx. This is normal React component, and there's image, there is a card, and that is it. This is how the things are going on right now. Lastly, they have API tester, and inside this API tester they have some endpoints, event pre-fault. So ultimately whenever this gets triggered on submit, so whenever I submit it, I have a method. Okay, apart from this particular method, I have a select value. So from here I can just simply select. I can select get or put a method from here, select and select a trigger. That is okay. Once that is selected, I can select the endpoint, and default is API hello, placeholder / API hello. So ultimately it has the default value as well. I can just simply change it anytime, and apart from this particular thing, I can just simply send it. So it's like overall I have a form, and once I submit the form, this test endpoint gets triggered. And as for the endpoint, default value is /API / hello. You can even change that because that is nothing but an input box, and after that you will be getting the response over here, and you will be just simply rendering the response in the form of text area. So response input ref, and you will be just simply adding the response in this particular ref, and I think that is it. This is the code that's been given by the bun. So bun, when bun initializes React, so this is how this kind of code you get. And apart from this particular thing, event prevent default, okay, that simply means the form should not be submitted, kind of, yeah. So whenever I click on submit button, at that time the page, whenever you form gets submitted, at that time page reloads, and this event.prevent default will be just simply stopping that particular behavior. Apart from this particular thing, event.current target, where is this coming from? Current target. Alrighty, by the way, this event.current target is all about the form. So whenever the form gets submitted, so I'm gonna be getting this form, this particular thing I'm talking about. So ultimately I'm gonna be getting this. Once I get the current target, then new form, form data. So whatever form data we get, what is this, by the way? This is the current target. Once I have my current target, then I give it to the form, new form data. So event.current target returns what? Event.current target returns this is insane, just a sec. Form event. I will have to just simply check this thing. Event.current target returns what? Most probably test endpoint. Whenever I submit the form, then this particular function fires, gets fired, and then I get the event. So I have to check the value of event.current target. Most probably it should be returning me form, but I think it will be returning me the form values. Having said that, after that I'm creating new form data with the form. And once I have that, then I have form data.get and endpoint as string. So form data.get endpoint. Okay, after that URL is gonna be endpoint location href. This is insane, yeah. Okay, I will be understanding the code. It's not like that, but I have the endpoint, I have the location href. So ultimately endpoint should be there / something. After that form data get method as string. So ultimately form data.get method. So here I'm getting the endpoint from this, here I'm getting the method from this, and once I have that, so URL and method, I'm just simply assigning it to this. So whatever form I got from here, whatever data I got from here, I'm converting it to the form data. Once that is converted, then I'm getting the endpoint, I'm getting the method as well, and lastly I'm creating the URL and I'm creating the response, and I'm just simply fetching the values and all, ultimately using the URL and the method. And once that is done, then I got the data. Once I got the data, simply setting the data over here, and once that is done, if there are errors, you can just simply adding the errors too. So overall it does make sense. It's not like completely out of scope. It is understandable. And apart from this particular thing, what else are we supposed to be doing here? This index.css, I think I'll have to just add the type over here to get rid of this error. So I can just simply say one thing. What can that be? That can be, I have index.css here, right? So index.d.ts or style, yeah, style.d.ts, that should be enough. And inside that I'm gonna be simply saying that import declare global. How do we do that? Declare global everything.css. There was a way, no, not this one. How do we set the type? How do we make sure that TypeScript recognizes this? There was a way. How to get rid of this here? Can't find module type declaration side effect import of this. Yeah, that's right. There was a way. Import global this.css. Nope. Where did I do this thing? In which code? I think I did the same thing in the current application that I'm running, current Next.js application, if I'm not wrong. So let me check this. Coming back to this video calling and Google Meet. Let me simply open this. Hopefully I've done it here, but cannot guarantee this. So inside web, inside type, it's not here. So how about inside app? Do I have globus.css? Not this one here. So I must have it here. Inside layout, I'm importing what? I'm actually importing this CSS, or am I not? @repo UI globus.css. So ultimately, how am I not getting here? I must have specified the type somewhere. Main auth. There was a way, I just forgot that. How that's written. If I go to my packages, and inside packages, which section? This is all about UI, if I'm not wrong. Globus.css. So if I go to UI section, types, this is not what I want. So okay, not a problem. UI, inside UI, source, inside source styles, globus.css. Again, not this one. Inside lib, utils, hooks. Something is being missed here. Globus.d.ts. Ultimately, declare module. Okay, module, not global. So declare module *.css. So ultimately, this makes sure that that particular module is recognized. Okay, fine. Close this. Come back to this particular section. So I have style.d.ts. So this will make sure that style is styles.d.ts. So ultimately, declare module. I was writing global here, that was actually module, and .css. So what will this will make sure that all the CSS files are, or their imports are actually recognized. This is how it simply goes. So ultimately the error is gone right now. And apart from this particular thing, what am I facing here? This base URL has actually been deprecated. Base URL is deprecated, and will stop functioning this. So let me simply get rid of this. So this way, hopefully I will have gotten rid of all the errors. and it is just simply saying that at the rate source, and everything that is inside the source will be referenced as at the rate everything, and that simply means whenever you are importing the files, at the time at the rate system is going to be used. So whenever, okay, here just like Next.js, this is React, but same functionality you can have over here as well. So it's just simply you are defining the path that everything inside the source means everything at the rate and then everything, that simply means everything inside the source. So ultimately this much I've done, and what I have to understand better here, this is actually really a good stuff, and that simply means I can go to this app, everything is understandable over here, and when it comes to this, so I have this bun React, that is fine. Then I have this card description, edit, and this code block source app.tsx, and save to test HMR, card description, okay, card content, this is the most important thing, API tester. Inside this, okay, I'm getting the error here. Why? Form event is deprecated. Form event is deprecated. Submit event, HTML form element. Submit event is not generic. Okay. So how about like this? So what is the problem over here? Event target or null is not assignable to parameter type HTML or undefined. So okay, let's do one thing. Later I will fix this. Right now I'm gonna be going with this. It's saying that form event has been deprecated. So what else? The declaration was marked as deprecated here. Form event doesn't actually exist. You probably means to use change event, input event, submit event. So either I can use change event, input event, submit event, or synthetic event instead of depending on the event type. So ultimately, yeah, I am supposed to be using submit event here. Submit event. Then the next problem that I face over here, that is this, that it is just simply saying that argument of type event or target or null is not assignable to parameter of type HTML form element or undefined. So ultimately, it is just simply telling me that the form that I'm actually getting, event.target. So let me even check exactly what is the value of, how many times will I say exactly, what is the value of this event.target, because I'm not even quite sure about this thing. So I have to first of all explore the code that's been given to me, and once everything's done, after that I will just move to the deployment section. This is the frontend.tsx. Over here I have my app, and element document.get element root, that's okay. Once I got the element, after that I have the app, and the app is gonna be rendered using root.render, and that's great. Root import meta hot dot, okay, create root lm. Ultimately all these things are already given, provided by bun itself. And as bun has initialized this, so bun is adding its own database as well. So inside this index.ts, bun has done this thing. So kind of a server has also been created inside React itself. So server got created when it comes to the routes. So there is this route, and what this route is doing, this route is what are these? Declare where text export. It proves that I still have to learn a lot. Never mind. And slash API slash hello, just simply it will return a response, return response JSON, message hello world, method get, and then there's gonna be a put method as well. It simply returns that if you provide your name, it will be returning your name, and then development process, if that's not equals to production, in that case HMR is gonna be enabled and console is gonna be true. And this is how ultimately I do understand the code of this server, that's okay. And globals.css, we have this globals.css over here, and the thing is that at the end what I added this styles.css over here. So let me cut it from here, and because this globals.css is here, that simply means it would be better if I cut it, and just at the root level I'm gonna be creating one more file, and that's gonna be globals.d.ts, and I'm gonna be pasting it here just like this. And apart from this particular thing, what else can I do? I have these styles, git ignore. Overall things are understandable. Let me simply run it and see what happens. So what it says, first of all you have to For development mode, you have to just simply run one dev. For static start, one run build, and then one start for production. So okay, first of all, one dev, it will be started. Just give me a moment. Back to this. I hope I'm audible right now. So coming back to this one, it is running. So let's simply check out the result. So ultimately, this is how it looks like. Great. And aha, this one I like. By the way, one plus React, and I can just enter any route over here. Hello route is already there, and I will be getting the message over here. That's such a good thing. Apart from this particular thing, slash name, hello name. If I say hello Vipendra, so I'm gonna be getting that. So hello Vipendra. So yeah, this works great. I can even have a put method, hello Vipendra. I cannot use this, so in that case I will have to go to with this one. Even this does not work. So with the put method, what works? I don't know what works with the put method, but okay, that is fine. So ultimately we have this application running. So what is our goal right now? Even at 100 it looks like this. This is insane. I mean, it looks so small, but okay, never mind. So this is how it looks like. And what do we have to do? First of all, let me build this. Npm run, sorry, not npm run build, one build. Missing entry points. Would you like to bundle? What does it mean? It itself suggested me to run one run build. One run build. Okay, so ultimately it has been built, and the complete build is inside this dist folder. And I've got my index.html here. So this is the normal index.html file. After that, I have my CSS over here. So I think this is complete CSS. This is insane. And then after that, I have my JS file here. So this is complete JS code. Hopefully I haven't done anything wrong here. Yeah. And then CSS map, what does it contain? JS.map. What is actually required now? I think all things are actually required here. So all of them need to be inside a folder in order to be able to run. So ultimately create a front-end application using React or just simple HTML, CSS and JS. Build that if that is a React project, and get the code in HTML, CSS and JS and in dist.dir. Create S3 storage on AWS and upload your code over there. Let's do that. Ultimately we have list over here, and now I'm gonna be creating S3 storage on AWS, and I'm gonna be storing, what I keep saying, I'm gonna be uploading the code over there. Click on next. Again, as usual, let me enter the password. I'll have to enter MFA code. It keeps logging me out, like in every, oh come on yaar. What the hell? Why is I'm not able to enter the whole password? My mobile itself is playing with me. Finally. And now I have to get the code. That's gonna be I gotta wait for a while. But ultimately, yeah, I have enough time. I will get everything done. So whatever I've thought of doing, I'm gonna be getting all those things done one by one. So ultimately, there's a lot. Shit. The thing is that first of all, my mobile's password is so big that once I keep enter the password, I even make lots of mistakes, and it's even hard to just unlock the mobile. And even if the mobile got unlocked, I entered this wrong. That's crazy. Okay, let me do one thing. Enter the password again. After that, I have to enter the code. Coming back to this one. Okay, fine. Let's go here. Sign in. Now the next thing is that I have to create S3 storage. When it comes to the full form of S3, that is simple storage service version 3. So let me go here. I don't think I have any storage right now. Simple storage service version 3. Wow. Coming back to this one, let me create the bucket. By the way, what all am I supposed to be doing? Create CloudFront distribution on for CD. Okay, first of all, let's create the bucket. General purpose directory. So recommended for most use cases. Access pattern. General purpose buckets are the original. General purpose buckets are the original S3 bucket type. They allow a mix of storage classes that redundantly store objects across multiple availability zones. Directory is what? Recommended for low latency use cases. The buckets are only the S3 Express one zone storage class, which provides faster processing of data within a single availability zone. Let me go with this. Again, bucket name. Bucket name is gonna be bun react bun react app. Okay. Apart from this particular thing, choose bucket. Copy settings from existing bucket, that is optional. Let's not do that. Object ownership, ACLS disabled, recommended. So okay, let's go with the recommended one. Block all public access. Block public access to buckets and objects granted through a new access control list. For now, I'm gonna be blocking all of them. Later, I will be. Yeah, it is already set by default. And the bucket versioning. Let me disable it. Don't really have quite much idea about this. Continue. Default encryption, encryption type server side encryption with Amazon S3. Okay. So ultimately, I'm not gonna be worried about anything. Whatever I have by default over here, I'm gonna be going with this, and that's great. Let's simply create the bucket. So ultimately, bucket has been created. Bun React app is the bucket name. After that, what I have to do? Bun React app bucket. I named it wrong. Can I select it again? Can I delete it? Or can I how will I recognize this, that this is a what? This is a this is a bucket. The bucket name is not there, and as long as the name isn't there, that's gonna be problematic. Ultimately, it's gonna be hard to just simply recognize that. So this is gonna be bun react app bucket. Ultimately, this way it's gonna be easier to just simply recognize this, and the remaining things are gonna be okay. Let's simply create a bucket. Once the bucket is created, after that I have to upload all my code over there. So let me go here, and inside this I have to upload the code, right? So you don't have any objects in this bucket. That's great. Hopefully this is gonna be right. If I click on upload, so it will give me options. Just simply upload. I can upload files, or I can just simply upload the folder as well. This time I'm gonna be uploading files. So let me come back here, and what I'll do, let me go here, and let me open this. Of course, Explorer files ultimately. Why am I not able to open this? I hope two of them hasn't been opened. It's lagging. Other locations, projects, and inside projects I'm in the learning section, if I'm not wrong. Test list that I have created, and these are the things that I have to upload over here. So I think if I select all of them from here, and if I just simply drop them here, so they are gonna be uploaded, right? So ultimately I'm uploading all the things, whatever I got in my list, I'm uploading them all. Okay, once this is done, coming back to this particular section, what I have to do next, I can just simply click on upload, and they are gonna be uploaded. By the way, let's simply select all of them, and once they are selected, I can add more files, remove them and all. Okay, they are just simply for removing and other stuff, but status is gonna be S3 bun react app bucket. That's great. Destination details is gonna be here. You can know more about it. Bucket versioning, that is disabled. So we recommend that you enable bucket versioning to help you protect against unintentional overwriting and deleting. Okay, so how can I enable this? Is there any direct way to enable bucket versioning? At least right now there is not, but later I will get. So okay, let's simply upload all of them, and then I will enable bucket versioning as well if needed. So this much I've done. I think there was an option for even enabling bucket versioning, but I think from here I should be able to do that too. So object owner, everyone, public access, and these are the URLs, right? Okay, never mind, I will delete this bucket as well after some time. So even if something gets exposed, that's not really a big problem. And let me close this. So ultimately these are the things inside my bucket. If I click on action, I should be able to what? So if I go to my buckets, first of all, if I select this, so can I edit it, name, AWS region and all. And the bad thing or the good thing, call it anything, I'm still inside United States. I should have selected this Mumbai, and once I'm Mumbai, I don't have any S3 storage. It doesn't really matter, I think. I'm still getting this. This has been created for United States. Excuse me for a while, I'm gonna be deleting it again one more time. This bucket is not empty. Buckets must be empty before they can be deleted. So let's not do it, by the way. Skip this idea. Coming back to this bucket, what else can I do? Create S3 storage on AWS and upload your code over there. So ultimately this S3 storage bucket contains all the code that I need. After that, create CloudFront distribution for CDN and connect to the S3 storage. So ultimately we have to create something called Cloudflare distribution. So Cloudflare. So the next thing that we have to go with, that is Cloudflare distribution. So distribution. So Cloudflare or CloudFront? CloudFront distribution. Sorry. This should actually be CloudFront. So this is the section that we have to click on. And once we are inside this, even if that is a USA, that doesn't really matter. We will, at the end of the day, delete it for sure. Create a flat rate distribution. Let's close this. I'm gonna be creating a distribution over here, and again distribution name, that's gonna be Bun React App Distribution, just like this, optional. Okay, single website or multi-tenant. Choose when you have multiple domains that need to share configurations. This is a common architecture for SaaS providers. Choose if each file or application will have a unique configuration. Bro, let it be selected. Whatever is selected, single website or app. Later we'll see. Domain, route S3 manage the domain. Let's not worry about it for now. Let's simply click on next. After that, origin type Amazon S3, Elastic Load Balancer, API Gateway, other VPC origin, and Elemental Media Package. S3 is gonna be definitely there. Origin. Set the root file by editing the distribution, mainly needed for front ends. Check whether you can get the deployed result using the URL, even by adding the file's name at the end, like index.html. This is optional. Add your own domain. For that, create ISSL certificate. You will have to add some CAA data. Bro, even those steps have been written by me, I myself don't get it. By the way, over here, S3 origin, let's simply create select S3 from here, simply choose it. Origin path, I think slash is gonna be, this is optional because they are directly available. Directly in the sense, in the root directly, root S3 bucket, I have all the files, so I don't need to provide any path. Allow private S3 buckets to CloudFront recommended. Private S3 buckets access to CloudFront, because we made them private. So here I'm just simply allowing them, and that is okay. Let's simply click on next. Enable security protections, include security, whatever, all these things. Let's simply click on next. And once I'm here, so general configuration is like this, and pay as you go. S3 origin connections, attempts 3. S3 origin is gonna be this. Origin connection timeout. CloudFront access to origin, that is enabled. Enable origin shield, no. Okay, I could have enabled that anyway. So if I just simply come back to previous one, and protection against 7 DDoS attacks at all. I mean, let's simply click on this. Still that's disabled. Sensitivity, okay, fine. What else can I enable? Do not enable security protocol. Okay, never mind, let's continue. And coming back to this one, cache, okay, fine. Security, overall things are fine. Let's simply create the distribution. Okay, so ultimately this is done. So what I did, I built the project. Once I built the project, I created the bucket. Over there I uploaded the code, and after that I created the distribution. Distribution is linked to the bucket, and distribution can access anything inside the bucket. So this is how it goes. And once this is done, uh, set the root file by editing the distribution, mainly needed for frontends. What does it mean? Create CloudFront distribution for CDN, connect it to the S3 that's we've done, and set the root file by editing the distribution. Root file. Okay, billing thing is happening here. Distribution domain, that's gonna be this one, and ARN, deploying it right now. This is the Bun React App distribution. I think I need to just have proper, okay, I need to add domain over here, alternate domain names. And apart from this particular thing, security, enable all the things here. Okay, and origins. When it comes to origin, so this is the app, Bun React App, and I think this is the URL if I'm not wrong. Amazon, they did this. Origin domain is gonna be this. Origin type is this, so shell and all. Once this is done, so set the root file by editing the distribution. Where is the root file? This is the what step that I have. Create custom error response. Okay, we can even have the error responses and all. Let's not have them now, but later definitely we can have them too. Default text. Hopefully it's gonna be working, because when it comes to me, I don't even remember what's the right way. But coming back to this, if I go to this origin section, and if I copy this, if I go here, what will happen? XML file does not appear to have any style information associated with the document. Okay, /index.html. It doesn't seem to be working. In that case, come back here. There's one more we have. Again, this is all about guessing. That simply means I gotta go and watch a proper video on this. Okay, this is not gonna be like that. The next thing is that I can go to journal, and I'm gonna be adding the domain. Domain to server. CloudFront will serve the following domains. They must all be under the same root domain. I'm gone. Even if I'm trying to do this, there's no way to just simply get it done like this. So set the root file by editing the destination, mainly this. Check whether you can get the deployed results using URL, even by adding the file's name at the end, like /index. This is optional. Add your domain for the create SSL certificate. For that, create SSL certificate. Ultimately, this is what I need to do. You will have to add some CAA, whatever. But before that, set the root file by editing the distribution. This is something I'm missing. What does it mean? I have no idea. But let's simply click on this distribution. I have to what does it mean? Set the root file by editing the distribution. Editing the distribution in the sense this one. Let me click on this. Root file. Default root object. The object file name to return when the viewer requested to the URL instead of I specific this. So that's gonna be index.html. Supported. Choose certificate, none for now. Add support for additional HTTP versions. They did this, okay. This is gonna be optional over here. Use all locations. Let's simply click on save changes. So ultimately, hopefully it will be able to get index.html, and once it is actually able to get that, now what I have to do, I have set the root file by getting the distribution mainly needed for frontends. Okay, set the root file. Okay, done. Check whether you can get the deployed result using the URL, even by adding the file's name at the end like index.html. Such a crazy way to just simply write the steps. It's my doing. So okay, so let me click on origins. I think this should be the one where I should go. Okay, how about writing the names slash index.html. Access denied, did this. This XML file does not appear to have any style information associated with this tree shown below. Coming back to this, is this the one here on? What is the use of this? Nope. So there is something called create origin. I have to take the help of AI over here. Let me copy all my steps and take the help of AI now, because I don't want to just drop it here. And I will written my steps in such a way that, okay, I have even this, just a sec. Create custom errors. So this is how it can be created. Create object paths. Well, it's not really possible to just simply go through that. I will get it done anyhow. So step 1 is, let me just do one thing. New things we will include object s3. Sign up and get AWS account. This is done. Okay, no need to worry about anything. Build your React app. We've already done that. npm run build. We'll get try serving the HTML CSS locally like this. Serve. At this point, you have some basic HTML CSS and code. So ultimately, if we serve it globally, so at this point, you have the basic HTML CSS code that you deploy, and you might be tempted to host this on EC2 instance, but that is not a right now approach. Okay, let me do one more thing here. As I have this gist over here, right? So if I just ls cd gist ls, and the next one is bun serve. Can I serve it directly? Script not found. Okay, npx serve. Yes, it's gonna install that if I'm not wrong. Can I serve that file directly? Okay, it is being served. If I go to my local host, so I'm getting that. So ultimately, if somehow I'm able to expose it, it's gonna be working. And click on send. Unexpected token and all. Backend doesn't seem to be working, but ultimately I'm able to just simply render this. For some reason this doesn't seem to be working, but okay, never mind, that's not really a big problem. Localhost 3000, right? Coming back to this, let me write one more time. If I'm actually running npx run this, if I go here, so I'm able to get this. Now the next thing, if I send this request, so just simply saying that unexpected token is not valid. Why is that so? Slash index.html, it will be visible. And if I send anything, that's okay, never mind, let's see what's gonna, but ultimately we should be able to see it here, right? At least. Okay, so once this much is done, coming back to this, next, of course I have to log in, continue with Google. Okay, a CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. Yeah, that is right. And as the name suggests, it is an optimal way for you to deliver content, MP4 files, S3. So okay, CDN. JPEGs and even HTML, CSS, JavaScript to your users. It is better than serving it from a virtual machine EC2 instances because of few reasons. It's better than serving it from virtual or EC2 machines because of few reasons. EC2 machine approach. So ultimately, when it comes to any EC2, so if there is EC2 machine somewhere, then yeah, of course I will have to pull it from there. Then CDN approach, there are gonna be multiple CDNs, so you can just simply get them from there easily. For frontends, MP4 files, images, objects stores plus CDNs are better approach. You can't use the same for backends since every request returns a different response. Caching doesn't make any sense there. That's fine. Apart from this particular thing, you can use edge networks for backends. Deploy your backend on various servers on the internet, but data can't be cached in there. Okay, great video on how host scales their infrastructure and during cricket matches and all. Ultimately, I can just simply go through it. I'll have to go through the whole note ultimately to just simply get the idea. Creating an object, this thing we have already done. We have created the bucket here and ACI specific, and the bucket has been created. After that, what do I have to do? Upload to the file bundle. Ultimately, all the things I have to upload, we've already done that. After that, try accessing the website. Oh, so we will get this. So ultimately, we haven't even, let me go here, bucket, not this particular section. Bucket, where do I have that? Let me click on this, come back to this particular section. I must have the S3 bucket here. Once I go to, if my S3 button, S3 bucket, not even button, can I index.html, copy the URL of this. If I paste it here, what is the URL? This, and then I'm getting this, right? So even if I'm getting the URL of this, I'm not getting the right result. That's right. So what is the next thing? You might be tempted to open your S3 bucket at the point, but don't. Your S3 bucket should be blocked by default. Oh, we have blocked it from our own side. That's right. And you should allow CloudFront CDN to access it. That's okay. We are gonna be doing that. So create a CloudFront distribution. We have done that. Go to CloudFront and create a new distribution. A distribution here means you are creating a place from where content can be distributed. So ultimately, CloudFront distribution is nothing but a place from where the content can be distributed, because direct access is actually gonna be blocked. Okay, that's fine. So ultimately, I'm gonna be creating that. Once created, I'm gonna be entering the name. Origins, select origin access control. So over here, you must update the S3 buckets. Origin access control OAC. So origin access control recommended, and the second one is this. So origin access control OAC is a feature in CloudFront which allows you to restrict direct access to the content stored in your origin, such as an Amazon S3 bucket or a web server, ensuring that users can only access the content through the CDN distribution and not directly. Okay, that's great. Apart from this particular thing, then we have to just simply copy this, and once we copy this, then what next? We should be able to do it. Okay, so websites aren't fun if you have to go to the URL that looks like this. Okay, let me first of all check this thing. Coming back to this, from here I cannot directly access this, but from here I got this, and if I just simply paste it here, wow, amazing, it is working. I thought it wasn't. If I send any request to hello, again I'm getting this kind of response. That simply means the database isn't working, but overall things are fine. But again, database isn't supposed to be working in CDN, so that's understandable. So ultimately, we have done that. Yeah, I was thinking that it is, I was selecting this sometimes, then sometimes this origins and all, but ultimately, yeah, we've done it thanks to the notes and all, and the pre-written steps. That's great. What is the next thing? Connect to your own custom domain by allowing given steps. So ultimately, now we have to just simply connect it to the to my own host. So let me click on edit, and from here, what do I have to do? Alternate domain, CNAME. Do I have that option here? First of all, this doesn't need to be selected. Add item. Let me click save changes. This is not what I have to go with. I can click on add domain directly, and then I'm getting domains to serve. Is this option I need to go with? I'm missing something here again. Let me go back here. Create distribution. Once the distribution is created, then once all these things are done, I can even access that. And once access the, let's click on this. If you have to connect it to your this, so what can I do? Ultimately I have to be inside general, then I have to click on edit, alternate domain names. Okay, attach a domain name to the distribution. So ultimately like this I have to do it. And what is the next thing? I need SSL certificate that I don't have yet. So that simply means if I click on add domain, I'm gonna be adding domain what? React dot coding the code dot site. So the domain is added. Let's simply click on next. Now TLS certificate, transport layer security, encrypts communication and to and from your domain. Okay, create wildcard certificate. I think this is the option or not. We need to have SSL certificate and it is asking for TLS. Why if I click on next, then you must create or provide TLS certificate to set up CloudFront distribution with the domain or TLS certificate. Create a TLS certificate. Provision certificate in AWS Manager, domain update required before we can validate your certificate. I have to just simply add this much to where? I have to add this much to my hosting a DNS domain section. But okay, if I don't go with this one, if I click on edit and over here I'm gonna be asked alternate domain name optional. Let's simply click on this and I'm gonna be adding that, and that's gonna be again react dot coding the code dot site. Again this is gonna be trial and testing. And after that I don't really have any certificate. That simply means I can request a certificate. So follow the steps to just simply create a certificate in the certificate manager. So one certificate is going to be created, and once I have the certificate I have to just simply add this, add CDN record for the website to point to your CloudFront. That's it, you have fully running project hosted. Okay, let me do one thing. Right now I don't have any certificate, so let's click on this. Okay, once clicked on this, request a public certificate. Over here I have to enter a full domain name. So it should be like a coding the code dot site. I'm gonna be creating the certificate for all the requests. Hopefully this is right. So if I remember correctly, this is the right way to just simply create the certificate for all. Is this right way to create the certificate for all domains? I mean, yes, coding is correct form if you want a wildcard SSL certificate that works for all level of okay, not domains, subdomains. If your certificate issued for this app coding this API, ultimately it will work. All single level subdomains are covered, and all wildcard a wildcard does not cover nested subdomains, so this will not work. Test API this and all, because wildcard only matches one level. If you want root domain plus wildcard, so if you usually include both coding the code and this covers coding the code dot site www dot this API this made this. Okay, that's it. Ultimately I need to include both of them. So let's encrypt server style, but okay, it will work. So let's simply go with this. So I have this URL over here, allow export enable, and then what is the next thing that I have to do? The next thing is that allow export, use this certificate only with integrated AWS services. Yeah, that's right. And apart from this particular thing, validation method, DNS validation, RSA this algorithm. Let's simply click on request. and once requested, I'm gonna be getting some options here to just simply enter. And again, this will not work directly, I know. I have to go with some other page. This is definitely not gonna work. By the way, it is just simply asking that CNAME is gonna be this. So let me go here. Let me go to hosting. Last time I faced this issue. I know how it's gonna be working, but if I just try to add it directly, there is very high chance that it will not work. It will not be able to verify. Come on. Hosting. And this time is gonna be DevOps. I don't think I have it here. Domains. Nope, this is not the account. Log out. Continue with Google. One audiobook. It should be somewhere here. Okay. So let me go to this domain section, and here I have the coding the code.site, and click on DNS name servers. And in here I have to select CNAME first of all. What is the next thing? The next thing is that this CNAME type is done. CNAME. Come back to this particular section. Name is gonna be this, and then target is gonna be what? Target is gonna be value, this value. So let me have the target over here as well. Let's simply add the record. And there is very high possibility that it will not work. Why will it not work? I will be just you will have to allow many more things, not only this. Testing app, I deployed it and right now it is not needed, so let me delete this. This was just for the testing purpose. I have this CNAME over here, coding the code.site, www. Okay, this is fine. Coming back to this, let me reload it. So the status is pending. Soon it's gonna fail. There's, I think, 90% chances of this. So okay, by the way, before it fails, then what I have to do, there are ways. There is a website called, I hope that website name is here, how to resolve a CAA error. So I will be getting CAA error when connecting to domain. So let me go through this particular website. I'm gonna be doing everything that's been asked in this particular website. So this is the web, come on, yeah. First of all, I know I'm gonna be getting the CAA error, and this website just simply tells me everything that I need to follow. Okay, and once I follow everything, most probably the error is going to be gone. But before that, let me check whether this failed or not. Oh, literally, it should. I did it maybe 6 months back or something. I was facing the CAA error again and again, and at that time I found this website, and it's simply like I had to add these things directly over there on the hosting DNS section, and then it was resolved by doing that. But this time it got resolved automatically. Congratulations, no problem as such. By the way, once this is done, then what is the next step? Once we have done this, so step add a CNAME record for this website. That's it. You have this. Apart from this particular thing, what do we have to do? You will notice a problem whenever you try to access the route on your page that isn't index route user 1, you reach error page. This is because CloudFront is looking for a file issues in your S3 which doesn't. To make sure that all requests reach index.html and error page that points to index.html. So ultimately we can do many more things, but over here we have our this. That simply means I can select the certificate from here. Once I have the certificate, and there are many more options, but default root object, do I have to select this? I think if I remove it, then I will have to add index.html on my own, and by default it is a slash. So let's see if I remove it, what's gonna happen. Let's simply save changes. So this time what will happen? It is asterisk this. That simply means if I write anything, hi.codingthecode.site, it will work for this too. And it should be https // or let me write react /.codingthecode.site. It will not be reachable, so I will have to add a name as well, /index.html. Well, it is not working. This I have added this, but the question is, coming back to this particular section, a route domains to CloudFront. I think I need to do it. Alternate domain, route domains to CloudFront, domain to CloudFront. Okay, let's click on this. React coding the code dot site, React coding the code site. How do I have this name over here? Because that's the domain I added, right? So set up DNS routing to route traffic from specific domains to this distribution. You will need to manually update your DNS record. So let me do one thing. First one is gonna be a copy it value. Okay, let me go with this as well. So a name and value is gonna be this. So let me have the value over here as well. Let me add what is the problem? This is already a. So React coding the code dot site, React coding the code site, value should be this and it should be for all. So what is the problem? View the onboarding guide for more information. And also if I copy it, the value should be this, points to this value, add a record. I'm getting value must be valid. Let me select AAA. And what am I supposed to do? Okay, let's click on this. I'm supposed to be copying this. So let me copy this. What is the next thing? Once this is done, simply clicking on different things for some no reason. Add it. Why am I not able to add this? Can I enable the dark mode? Anything else? I think that the dark mode option should already be here, but okay, I enabled it forcefully. This is not accepting it directly. That simply means, coming back to this one, a record type is this. I try to add this, but this does not support that. Standard login and all. And if I select this, I'm gonna be able to access that directly. Will that happen? Most probably not. That simply means now I will have to access /index.html and I will get that. So the change that I made here, coming back to this particular section. So which change am I talking about? I'm talking about the change of this file here. So the default row should be index.html and this is the certificate that I'm actually using. Let's save the changes here. And once the changes are saved, so if I copy this distribution domain name, if I paste it here, it will directly, let me reload it. If I copy it, paste it here, now I'm getting it directly. Great job. But route domains to this, so if I want to route the domains, so this is the cloud frontend. So whenever the request reaches here, whenever I request here, it should be reaching here. That's right, but it is not happening. So copy. So in that, first of all, close this. Come back here. A is not working. Triple is not working. In that case, CAA. Paste it here. Copy it. No, CAA will not work. How about CNAME? AAA. These things don't work directly. Value is going to be the and I can have the name here, and it is simply saying that it will not work. So MX, it will not work either. So this is gone. Then I have which options? I have the CNAME option here, and for the CNAME I can just simply keep it here. I can copy the value, I can paste it here, and let me add the record. The record is added, and that is the CNAME. Will it work? That's a question mark. react dot coding the code dot site, and it doesn't. Probably I need to make it https slash this. It doesn't. Let me copy this, give it to the AI. Let me go here. Let me first of all delete this too, because there's no use having that here. If I just directly have it here, then I'm getting this error. So let me take the screenshot of this one as well, and hopefully AI will be able to help me with this. Okay, deployment is not that difficult, but the thing is that if you don't know about that, so of course it's gonna be crazy. The error is happening because you are using the wrong DNS record type. Your DNS panel, you selected a record A, but CloudFront gives you a host name, not an IPv4 value. Must be valid. This is not an IP. Correct is gonna be A. Change type A to C name, then enter React. Name is gonna be React, points to this. Oh, literally. So React coding the code dot site. So React points to this. Just a minute, coming back to this, let me understand this. It is giving me that it should be, the problem is that I'm using wildcard. So let me follow it as it is saying. Coming back to this, I'm gonna be selecting CNAME, I'm gonna be selecting React over here. The value should be this, and I'm gonna be adding it. Once it is added, React dot coding the code dot site. Continue the site, not working. Coming back to this, important note, not allowed this. Coding the code dot site, main website, React app CloudFront. So once I have this, it should be working in that case, but it doesn't seem to be working. Yeah. Okay, so let me see if I'm missing something. Certificate needs to be added. Once the certificate is actually added and it is success, then I will get an option to add there. Once it is added, that is it. You don't really need to worry about anything as such. Let me go next. Access denied. You will notice a problem whenever you try to access this. How about my notes? So this is the error section. So ultimately, check whether you set the root file by editing the destination. That is done. Check whether you get the deployed result using the URL, even by adding. Okay, that's right. Add your own domain for that. Create SSL certificate. That's done. You will have to add some CAA. That's done. Make sure your certificate is issued. Follow the process and CNAME and C value in domains provider. Add your app's name, reference, the distribution URL in DNS panel, the distribution. So add your app's name referencing to the distribution URL, app's name referencing to the distribution URL in the DNS panel. Make sure to add error pages. It should always redirect to index.html, because ultimately things will be rendered on HTML page. Okay, I think this is gonna be taking a lot of time. I'd better watch proper videos on AWS, otherwise I'm gonna be keep getting stuck like this at least an hour or so. If I give to this particular thing, that would be a good thing, good starting. Otherwise here I'm stuck, I don't even know what can I do. It is just simply saying that route domains to CloudFront. So ultimately I have to route the domain. So react this. So ultimately at the end of the day, whenever I go to this, it should be working. Oh, it takes some time, mister. Are you crazy? React coding the code dot site. And right now I'm being redirected here. So this worked. So ultimately, what is this? Just a minute. I'm not even stuck that much. So it is just simply saying set up DNS routing. So route domains to CloudFront, and React coding the code dot site, because this is for all. So at the end of the day, I'm using wildcard over here, and because of using wildcard, I will have to use just React over there, and this is how it's gonna be working, most probably. Coming back to this, why do I have to use React instead of using React dot coding the code dot site? You are not forced to use React. You actually are using React this, but DNS panels split the domains into names plus root domains. Your DNS panels provider already knows that root domain is coding the code dot site. So when you say name this, it automatically gets converted to this. How DNS panel works? So DNS provides a split domain like this. So ultimately, name React, and final example like this. Then www coding the code like this, API like this. So ultimately it knows that at the rate coding the code dot site. Do I have that there? Coming back to this one, at the rate this www coding the code dot site. I added this one. Is this because of the certificate? Let me be back here. Is this because of the certificate that I generated? I'm gonna be focusing on AWS for sure. Yes, the exchange CNAME record is created because of the exchange CNAME record. The record highlighted this is automatically generated by AWS manager. Okay, why AWS creates this record? When you request a certificate for everything or React coding, AWS needs to verify instead of sending an email. Okay, this does this. When AWS sees this record in DNS, it confirms yes, this person controls the domain. Then the certificate becomes issued. Important thing: don't delete the record, because AWS periodically checks it. If you remove it, certificate may become invalid later. Your DNS is set up right now. So small improvement: www coding the code dot site. Many setups do coding the code dot site. CloudFront, www CloudFront. This improves caching and CDN. Okay, one more thing important for React apps on CloudFront, React coding code dashboard. This may show 404 error page, add custom error, and that's gonna be 404 these errors over there. This is very important for pipes and all. Okay. Why is that? So when the name is set to React, it automatically becomes react.coding.code.site. This happens because DNS records are created relatively to your domain zone. So your DNS provider manages the DNS zone for this. So coding the code outside. So when you create a record, the name field expects the subdomain, not the full domain. Understandable, understandable. Got it. So ultimately, I need to add the subdomain over there. So that subdomain will be referencing to the what, to a particular DNS, and once it is actually referencing there, so whenever I'm writing subdomain plus my main domain, coding the code outside, so ultimately it references to that particular thing. So how DNS actually builds? So DNS is actually build the domain DNS name plus zone. So in your case this, and React this, it references. So what you type React this, so that @root means coding the code dot site. Okay, that's fine, got it, understandable. So ultimately this much I'm able to accomplish so far. So yeah, we did that, didn't we? And lastly, what do we have to do? It's better to just do it again. I will be doing it again tomorrow, but for now somehow we got it accomplished. And make sure to add error pages. We have to just simply add the error pages. So let's simply click on the error pages and create custom error pages. What do I have to do? Status code 403, caching minimum TLR 10. And what will happen if I just simply customize their response path? That's gonna be /index.html. Status code is gonna be 200. Okay, what will this do? Add cache invalidation so that it removes the cache. Let me do this. What will happen now? Don't know, but ultimately one thing is clear. I gotta give time to this. Click on this, done. Click on /index.html, done. /hi.html. Okay, so error means, bro, coming back to this error pages, so doesn't matter what you enter at that time. This is the response page that I have decided. So whenever you get 403 error, ultimately that is forbidden, because that's no doubt gonna be forbidden. So at that time you are gonna be redirected to this particular page, because if you don't have it here, if you delete it from here, and if you try to go to index.html hi.html right now, after some time, index, okay, it is still giving me the response. Hopefully should not be, but let me reload the page. I want to get some errors where 403, that simply means forbidden. Okay, anything over here, that simply enter, and this is giving me access denied. Okay, after that index.html gives me this response, hi.html. Okay, so it is just like this. If I enter anything like hi.html over here, so it gives me this particular response. Ultimately I get this access denied. And if I don't want, what I want here, that if something is invalid, I still have to redirect it to the home page. So let me create a custom error. Status is gonna be 403, that is forbidden. I can have more as well if that is forbidden. In that case, customize errors, send a custom error response instead of error receive from the original. If I do this, send a custom, if I just simply click on this, what will happen? Interesting stuff. Reload the page, come back here, reload it. Ultimately custom message will be thrown, nothing else, right? As expected. And if I just simply click on this and edit this as, and response path is gonna be this, and status is gonna be 200. Click on save changes. So this time, even if I go to hi.index.html, I will be redirected to my main file. I should be redirected. Yeah. So ultimately this is how it works. So congratulations. What is the next thing? Invalidation. Add cache invalidation so that it removes caching. Add caching. Is there anything? create invalidation. Add each object path to remove from the CloudFront cache. To use wildcard in the validation, you must put the wildcard at the end of, like this. And what will you do? It will remove the caching. So let me check what was the result of ChatGPT. It said at the end that if you like, I can also explain a very useful of big systems structure. No need. Current setup from screenshot, which will automatically think of a folder zone, and okay, got it. And DNS builds. And then one more thing important for React CloudFront. If your React app uses like this, CloudFront shows 404. To fix this CloudFront error page, okay, so a React app CloudFront dashboard and profile. So one more thing important for React apps on CloudFront, if your React app uses like routes like this, React CloudFront.site dashboard, React coding .site this profile, CloudFront may show 404 on refresh. To fix this CloudFront error pages, and this 404 index.html 200, 403 index.html 300. This is very important for spy apps. Okay, understandable. So ultimately it will be redirecting me to the index.html file. That simply means on the index.html file only dashboard is going to be rendered, if I'm not wrong. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Okay, and then what does create in validation do? This is the last thing. After that I will be switching to what, something else. Create invalidation for Edge. Amazon CloudFront tells the CDN to delete cached files from its Edge server so that users receive the latest version from your origin S3. Why invalidation is needed? CloudFront caches files like index.html app did this. This improves speed because users get files from nearby Edge servers instead of your origin. But when you deploy a new version of your app, CloudFront may still serve the old cached files. Invalidation solve this. So you deploy a new React build, old app.js cached in CDN, new app.js uploaded S3. Users may still receive this until cache expires. So if you create invalidation, CloudFront deletes cached file and fetches the new one. Example, invalidate a single file. So invalidate multiple files, invalidate everything, clears the entire CloudFront cache. Common use cases React or Next.js. After deploying a new build, developers usually run this. This forces CloudFront to load a new file. Important to note, invalidation is not free forever. CloudFront allows 1000 paths / per month. After that there is a small charge. Better production practice. Instead of invalidating, often production systems use cache busting file names, this, and when a new build is deployed, CloudFront sees it as a new file, so no invalidation is required. Wow. By the way, for your index.html, because it references to this, got it, I'm gonna be creating the invalidation. So alright, this thing is done. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. So ultimately what we did, we are gonna be redoing the same thing. Most probably I'm gonna be watching some videos on AWS, and so that I keep getting better at this. I know it, but I don't know it well. So there are many things that I still have to just figure it out. I mean, figure those things out. So yeah, we'll be going through them. So ultimately we have gone through this. So we have deployed our React application on AWS CDN, and once it is done, then the okay, at least this particular section is done. What is the next thing that we are gonna be doing here? The next thing is that that's gonna be all about Prometheus. What does this Prometheus does? Prometheus is mainly used for monitoring your app or service or host machine. So if you have any, like just recently we used New Relic, the same way we have Prometheus. New Relic is paid and you can use Prometheus, so in that way you will not have to pay, but of course you will have to pay the data. I mean, you will have to create the data EC2 machines, virtual machines, and you will have to pay for them. So ultimately you get your own way to handle it, and you have the access of your own data. That simply means others cannot have the access of your logs and all. And apart from this particular thing, over the time it gets easier to just simply go ahead, because you will not be charged a lot. You will have to just simply pay the fees for the database or maybe EC2 machine, and that's it. Again, this is something that I'm still learning, so let's simply go through it. And for this thing, what will I be doing? Should we do it today or maybe tomorrow? How long has it been? It's been 1 hour 25 minutes. Didn't really realize this. Let me do it. Let's talk about this Prometheus section and exactly what it does. It is mainly used for getting the logs from your application, so wherever that is deployed. So you will have to just simply expose a route, and Prometheus will keep pulling the data, keep hitting that route, keep pulling the data, and this is how it just simply goes. By the way, to keep it simple, I'm gonna be just simply closing this and doing it in action so that it's understandable, more understandable. So first of all, what we did, first of all, we deployed our React app, just a normal front end I'm really talking about. So we deployed the front end on an EC2 machine, not EC2 machine, sorry for that. We deployed our front end in a CloudFront CDN. Okay, and why this is important? Because if you are deploying your front end on an EC2 machine, so what will happen? EC2 machine means there is a kind of database somewhere, not database, there is a server somewhere or a big machine somewhere, somewhere established, and from that big machine you are just creating a small EC2 machine for yourself. So it's like if that machine is in USA, so every time when you make a request, that request will go to that particular machine and then you will get the data and all. So this is what actually happens if you are using any EC2 machine. So you can deploy your front end on an EC2 machine, but this is not the best way. So what is the best way? The best way is to just simply deploy it on a CDN. So what are the CDNs? So it's like your main code will be, so first of all you create S3 bucket, and once you create the S3 bucket, over there you just simply push all your front end code, you upload all your front end code, and after that, that S3 bucket gets connected to the CloudFront. So you create CloudFront CDN, and what happens? That CDN caches the result. So once you send the data, you get the data, then the data gets cached, and as the CDNs, they are mostly there are many CDNs across you. So ultimately, suppose